Hey guys, what's up? This is Day. It's me. Once again, welcome back to another video game review. This time is going to be on another Switch game. I've been filling up my video game reviews with nothing but Switch games, but God of War Ragnarok is coming soon, and I am going to be reviewing Bayonetta 3, which is another Switch game, so yeah, but hey, whatever. It doesn't matter what game it is. Alright, but anyways, next up is my review for Mario plus Rabbids Sparks of Hope. Now, this is the sequel to the surprisingly really fun Mario plus Rabbids Kingdom Battle. I did play this game and had a really fun time. I'm not really a fan of the Rabbids. I never played the Rabbids games or anything like that, so when people saw that Mario was going to be crossing over with the Rabbids, and the fact that it was going to be a tactical shooter, people were all like, what is this? Why is Mario fighting with the Rabbids? But it was surprisingly really good, so it would be logical that it would get a sequel. Now in this game, Mario is fighting alongside the Rabbids once again. There's a giant darkness lurking around the universe called the Dark Mess. And throughout the game, you have to rescue these little things that are a mixture of Luma plus Rabbid called Sparks of Hope. And when you save them, they become your allies and they can help you like boost your skills. They have their own different movesets, which it doesn't matter which character you're playing as, all of them can play with different characters. And there are new characters that fight along your side. Like it's not all just Rabbids. Well, technically yes, they are Rabbids, but they're not just plain old Rabbids. That's one thing that I found really unique about these games, is how the Rabbids have some really unique personalities to them, and they're not just Rabbid versions of other characters. Like, some of them actually act way differently than how Mario, Luigi, and all the others act. Like, Rabbid Luigi acts kind of like a rapper, and Mario acts like he's so super tough, and he's super muscular. Rabbid Peach acts like she's a teenage girl who likes to take selfies a lot, and just is basically your own typical teenage girl that likes girl stuff. And Rabbid Rosalina, who is a new addition to the game, is very sleepy all the time. All she wants to do is go to bed, and she acts a little bit emo. And there's this new character called Edge, who is a new character that isn't a Rabbid anything, not a Rabbid version of anything. She's just Edge, pretty much. Not Rabbid Edge, just Edge. And she has a big part. She's very, very relevant to the story, and surprisingly, I really liked Edge in this. She was probably my favorite character out of all of them. And Bowser fights alongside as well, though there's no Rabbid Bowser or anything like that. And it's a shame that Yoshi isn't in the game either, because I really enjoyed playing as Yoshi in the last game. But you play as pretty much any one of them. You decide which team you want to lead and stuff like that. And as for the gameplay itself, it's still just as fun. And what I really like about this game is how you can change the difficulty settings, making it not so hard that you just want to give up on it, and not too easy that you just feel like the game is just a complete breeze. You can change the difficulty setting how you want it. And there are multiple different ways. You can fight up against enemies with less health or more health and get more experience or less experience. And there's even an option where you can just breeze through the game by not taking any damage at all. Like when enemies hit you, you don't take damage. So it doesn't matter how you play it. Play how you want it. So it really doesn't matter. And that's one thing. You know, games are supposed to be fun, and games should be played how others want to play them, because games aren't supposed to be chores. They're supposed to be a fun time, so if people want to play on the easiest difficulty and just want to breeze through the story, then that's okay. Even though the story really isn't anything to write home about. But you didn't really come for the story. You just came to play as Mario and all these other characters and just fighting alongside each other. And what I really like the most about this new gameplay setting is how much more it feels like an RPG. Like in the last game, you don't gain experience points for every battle. In this game, you do. Like, there are enemies, like, it has that typical JRPG style gameplay where you run into an enemy. It's like a random encounter thing, but you can see your enemy before you do your encounter, just like in Chrono Trigger and most modern JRPGs, turn-based anyway. Though you don't really gain, like you get skill points, which is something that Ubisoft is kind of addicted to doing nowadays, because they didn't really have that in like their Assassin's Creed games or anything like that. But yeah, it doesn't matter. The last game had it, but I don't know. I kind of wish it had like the same skill setting like in the last game where you get like these points, like these purple things where you can use to like upgrade your skill. But here it's kind of played out a little bit differently. Also, the way you get weapons in this game, you never change your weapon. I mean, you can buy other weapons, but when you buy other weapons, they just change the look of them. Like, they don't do anything to boost anything like that. They basically boost automatically every time you level up or when you gain a new skill. Or, I mean, you can put in the skills automatically, and sometimes you can put in the skills the way you want them. It all depends on what you want to do with the game and with the options menu and stuff. But I honestly would have really preferred it if they just gave you more weapons rather than just skins, because like there's I mean, they're just skins pretty much. They don't do anything to change the weapon at all. Even the game, when I opened it up, there was a code to unlock new skins for the game. So, yeah, and I unlocked it, but hey, it's not really anything special or anything like that. Like, you can just have the same weapon and it doesn't matter. I kind of would have liked it if, you know in Xenoblade Chronicles 3, how characters can switch classes with other characters? I kind of wish it had something like that mechanic, but hey, this is a strategy game. This is not like a regular JRPG. I wouldn't really say this is much of a JRPG. It's more of something like XCOM and Fire Emblem. While those games have RPG elements to them, it's more on the tactical side than rather the action side. So yeah, if you're not really into games like XCOM or Fire Emblem, you might not enjoy this game too much. If you just expect like a platformer or an action game, you're not really gonna get into that. And Mario's not really known for shooting guns, but for some reason they actually managed to really make it work in this game. And this game, I think they managed to do it even better here. But yeah, despite the fact that you can't change weapons or anything like that, I still think that the game still manages to have just enough charm to it and has enough to offer. Like, the game isn't fully linear. Like, the gameplay and the worlds you explore, they're a lot more open. Like, in the last game, they were just like, you go from one area to the next while solving puzzles. And when you solve puzzles here, there's actually some side quests you can do for other characters. They don't really have that much of a purpose. Like I mentioned before, you can just breeze through the game without taking any damage. But like I said, it doesn't really matter. Just play how you want to play. But it's really nice to see that there's also a lot of stuff to collect. And once you're done with the main story, you can go back and collect all that other stuff. And there's also some really challenging bosses that aren't a part of the main story that you can fight off against as well. Like, you get these things called, like, sun coins or something. Each planet has them, and if you gain enough of them, then you can get, like, these memory things, which are collectibles. And the Sparks of Hope are also collectibles, so you can get those as well. Like, it was really fun trying to 100% this game. I haven't 100% of the game yet, but I really do want to try to. I have tried a little bit in this game as well, though it's a little bit more challenging in this one, given how it doesn't have like the same difficulty settings as this one. Also, there's more challenge to this one. I feel like if you're more into a good challenge, then this might be a little bit better for you. But if you just want to like enjoy the game, like it doesn't matter how you play or how you, I don't know how to put it, but I could say that this manages to be slightly better than the first game in almost every single level, in my opinion. So it really doesn't matter. Like, if you're a fan of the Rabbids, then definitely play these games. And this one, I can probably say, is the best game that the Rabbids have ever been in. And in the end, guys, Mario plus Rabbids Sparks of Hope is a great sequel to an already great game. It's fun, tactical RPG shooting at its finest with tons of memorable characters and a lot of charming humor. And it never manages to be boring in the slightest, even though it is turn-based. I found it a lot of fun, like putting characters in different areas to make the right moves, and with all the personalities they have and all the different move sets that they have and how you can change their move sets and change their power-ups with the sparks that you have, it really makes the game a hell of a lot of fun, and I've had a really fun time with this. It's one of my favorite Switch games of the year, and I highly recommend it for anyone who is a fan of Mario and Rabbids. It's the best of both worlds, even though Rabbids, it's not the most acclaimed gaming franchise, but I feel like teaming up with Mario definitely saved their franchise and saved their reputation as a whole, and I sure hope we do get more. I hope this becomes a trilogy. Like, it shows that Nintendo really took their time with this series, and it's not just some random cash grab, which is like, hey, Rabbids are cool. Remember Rabbids? We're putting them in a Mario game. Like, it's nothing like that. It's actually worth your time and your money, and I highly recommend it. Oh yeah, one more thing. I also did run into a couple of bugs in here. So yeah, it's not super well polished. Like most of it ran perfectly well, but yeah, it's fine. It doesn't matter. It didn't break the game. So yeah, I think most games when they come out are bound to have a few glitches. So yeah, it doesn't matter. For Kingdom Battle, I would probably give a 4 out of 5. It was a great game, though I do have some mild issues with that game as well. Just Sparks of Hope, I didn't have as much issues with. I mean, they're still great games nonetheless. Also, you guys are probably wondering what I thought of that Mario trailer, that trailer for the new Mario Brothers movie. Despite Chris Pratt's voice as Mario being that he has one of the most questionable voice acting roles of all time, and how I'm not really a fan of Illumination, I kind of dig the trailer, and I cannot wait to see more of what the Mario movie is going to be like. So, yeah, I'm still looking forward to it nonetheless. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys later. Word out.